Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on your mat. Today we're targeting the upper body, we're strengthening the upper back muscles, and we're lengthening the front of the body. We're going to start as we always do in Shavasana. The legs are nice and wide and so are the arms. Give yourself a moment to shimmy the shoulder blades underneath of you a little bit and find some stillness. Noticing the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. We're making the transition from breathing in our chest to breathing from our diaphragm. So when you inhale, imagining the diaphragm pulling down, giving the ribs lots of room to expand, and when you exhale, everything kind of cinches in. Next, we think about really pulling the air in through the nose and pushing the air out through the nose. Our inhales and our exhales are being met with equal intensity. Two more breaths here. One more. The next time you inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, point the toes, zip the legs together, and peel the low back away from the ground. A big good morning stretch. When you exhale, keep the lower body exactly as is, including the space that you've created between your low back and the mat. And then interlace the hands towards the back of the head. Shimmy the shoulder blades under you. Allow your belly to pull away from the mat. You have this big arch to the spine. Press the elbows into the ground and reach the elbows away from each other. Now look over the right shoulder. As far to the right as you can. Keep pinning your left shoulder blade down. Engage the core. One more breath. Inhale, head back through center. And then exhale, look as far over the left shoulder as you can. Keep pressing the right elbow especially into the ground. Last one. Then inhale, look back up at the ceiling. And now bring the feet in about hip-width distance apart. Plant the soles of the feet on the ground. And then press the low back into the mat, so much so that the tailbone lifts up towards the ceiling. Make any adjustments with the shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades press down, your upper back, your mid back, your low back. And now we look over the right shoulder. 3 breaths. Keep pressing both elbows into the ground. Maybe see if you can look a little bit more to the right. One more. Then inhale back through center. Then exhale, we look over to the left. Notice if you lost any of the integrity in the posture. We're still pressing the entire spine into the mat. The elbows are nice and wide. The core is engaged. Not going too hard, but just noticing that there might be a difference between having the back arched and pressed into the mat. Inhale back through center. And then exhale to stay here. Press through the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. Elbows wide, head is heavy in the hands. Inhale, spine is neutral. Exhale, imagine a string pulling you up from the chest. So your pelvis is in line with your chest is in line with the top of your head. Elbows are wide, head is heavy in the hands. Next time you inhale, whatever that is, lower down. And then exhale to lift up from the chest. Spine is neutral, not pressing into the mat and not too arched. Inhale down, exhale up. Following the breath. Keep going about 4 more. Elbows are wide. 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted, elbows wide, neck is long, gaze is neutral, toes lift away from the mat. As you inhale, drag the heels forward, maintain the arch to the low back, a very subtle arch. Exhale, drag the heels back. 2, inhale forward. Again, lifting from the chest, not curling up. Exhale, drag the heels back, but rather exalting up. Keep going. Inhaling, legs long. Exhaling, heels back. About 3 more. Exhale back. 2 more. Last one, nice and slow. Don't rush the movement. Now keep the right leg where it is. Release the hands from the head, reach the fingertips forward, and then glide the left foot forward. Lift the heel until it's at a hover. The low back still maintains its very subtle arch. Take your finger and push your chin backwards in space. And hold here. 4. 3. You're doing great. 2. 1 more. Keep lifted in the upper body. Drag the left heel back towards the glutes. And then we extend the right foot to a hover, fingertips reach forward. Again, take the finger and just press the chin back. If you need to keep it there to remind you chin back, then keep it there. 4. 3. 2. And 1, lower the right foot down, lower the head, both legs long, the arms reach up overhead, big stretch, arms and legs in opposite directions. Keep the legs long, fingers interlaced towards the back of the head, elbows wide. Inhale here. Maintain the arch to the low back, exhale to lift. Inhale down, exhale lift. 4 more, inhale down. Lift from the chest, exhale up. Inhale, down, tap. Exhale, lift up. 2 more, down. Warming up the core, lift. Last time, down. Exhale, lift. Now we do this 1 more time, just slightly different. Release the hands from the back of the head. Take the chin, press it backwards and towards the chest. And now, both legs long, we just hover the right heel. 4. If this feels okay, the position that you're in, try to lower the head down a little bit more to a hover. Engage the core, maintaining the arch to the low back. 1 more. Stay for the inhale. Lower the right leg, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg. Again, keep encouraging the chin to push back. 3. 2. 1 more full one. Ooh, the neck is burning. 1 more breath in, and then exhale, let it go. Hands find the back of the head. Drag the heels in towards the glutes, hip-width distance apart. Press the low back into the mat. Press the shoulders and the outer arms. Now we look over to the right. Maybe open and close the jaw a few times. Head back through center nice and slow. We look over to the left. Keep pressing the entire back into the ground. Maybe open and close the jaw. You don't have to. Oh, that popping sound was my jaw. Inhale, look back up through the ceiling. And then we're going to flip onto our bellies. From here, we're going to reach the arms forward and just look where your arms are. And your hands should be just in front of your shoulders. This is what we'll call our I position. We're going to make a fist with the thumbs up towards the ceiling. This is our I shape. Or we're pressing the tops of the feet so hard into the ground that the kneecaps lift. And then we're going to move our hands slightly away or outward from the shoulders. This is our Y position. Now we're going to bend at the elbows and drag the arms down to a W. And then just extend both the arms out to the side. This is our T shape. So we're going to start with our I shape. Head on the ground, forehead touching the ground, pressing the tops of the feet into the ground so much that the knees lift away from the ground as well. And then the thumbs are thumbs upping towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And then exhale, try to let the hands away from the ground. Down, lower. Lift, exhale. Inhale, down. 3, lift. Exhale, down. 4, lift. Exhale, down. 5, lift. Exhale, down. 6, lift. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Now we go to W, pulling the arms down to W. Down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, W. Inhale, down. 2 more. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Lower down. Last time to hold. Pinch the shoulder blades together, like as if you're pinching a pencil in between them. 3, 2. Now we extend the arms out to a Y shape. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, thumbs up the ceiling. And lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more, lift. Inhale, lower. Last time, lift and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we go to a T shape. Arms straight out to the side, thumbs still facing up and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. And 3 and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Exhale, lift to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now plant the hands on either side of the ribs, elbows facing up. And now the hands are just going to be there for show. We're not going to press the hands into the ground. We're going to keep pressing the feet into the ground. Inhale to lift the chest. Now again, when we're here, we're just lifting with the core itself. We're not pressing into the hands and lifting into this weird crumply shape that I do see. And there's nothing wrong with this crumply shape. I'm sorry for calling it weird. But this is what we want to see instead, just for this. Okay, so now we're a bit lifted. And we're going to try that same set of movements, this time only 4 each, but lifted. The feet are still on the ground. Don't let the feet lift too. The feet are on the ground. Okay, now we're going to extend the arms out to an I shape. Lift them and lower. And 4, I guess that would be 3. And 2, exhale, inhale, lower. And 1, hold for 4, 3, 2, pull down to a W, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades, inhale, lower. 2 more, squeeze and hold, and lower. Squeeze and hold, pinch the scapula, hold, hold, press the tops of the feet, and extend to Y. Lower, inhale. Exhale, 3. Lower, inhale. Exhale, 2. Lower, inhale. Exhale, 1, hold for 4, 3, 2. Now we go to a T shape. Inhale, lower. Woo, the scapula. Lift and hold, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Woo. Exhale, lift, hold for 4, 3, 2, and lower down, but keep this T shape. Now the right cheek is going onto the ground. We're looking over to the left. We're going to bring the left hand in and then step the left foot over the right leg so we come into a chest stretch. If you want a little bit more, just bend the right elbow 90 degrees and then roll over and look over towards the left-hand side. Now when you're here, you're really going to think about pressing the inner arm nice and firmly into the ground. The fingers of the right hand are really nice and wide, wherever you are, whether it's extended out to a T or you're in that W shape. Just 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale back through center. And then we just do the same thing on the other side. So really pressing the left hand into the ground, either in a T shape or a W shape. Left cheek on the ground, big step with the right foot. And find your chest stretch. Press the entire inner left arm into the ground, just a little bit, just enough to keep it active, including the left palm. 2 more. Last one. And then we come back through center. Press the hands on either side of the ribs and push yourself into tabletop. So when we're in tabletop, the shoulders are directly on top of the wrists and the knees on top of the hips. Fingers are nice and wide. You're just going to practice shifting the weight back and forth, tucking the toes under you, opening up through the joints. And then finding some stability in the center. Now we're going to do some scapula push-ups. Now the thing about scapula push-ups is the arm stays straight and so does the back. What we don't want to see is a cat and cow situation, and we don't want to see bent elbows. The elbows are straight. The only thing moving are your shoulder blades. So as we inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone under just a little bit to keep the core engaged, and then dip the chest down towards the mat. Gaze neutral. Then exhale, push the ground away as if the shoulder blades are running away from each other. Keep engaging the core. Inhale, chest lowers. Exhale, push the ground away. Excellent. 4 more. Chest lowers. Push the ground away. So I'm a little bit sniffly. And keep going. Chest lowers. Push the ground away. 2 more. And push. 1 more. And push. Okay, now we're going to stay in this, stay with this movement. You can stay here if you found that challenging. If you want a little bit more, you can walk the knees back to your half plank, but keep the core engaged. We don't want to lose integrity there. 6 more. Inhale, dip. Exhale, push. 5. And push. Movement is just coming from the scapula. The arms are staying straight. Push. 3. Push. Neck is long. 2. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And push. Last one. And push. Okay, now you have the option to stay here in your half plank. You have the option to stay in your table or come into your full plank. 6 more. 6. Push. 5. Push. 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. Drop the knees down, sit the hips back. We're coming into child's pose, but a super active child's pose. We're going to reach the arms forward, tent up on the fingertips, as if you're dragging or trying to pinch the mat in between your hands towards your palm. Now lower the chest down, lower the forehead down, and imagine rotating the outside edges of the armpit down towards the mat. Shoulders lift up towards the ears. 3. 2. 1 more. Excellent. Now you're going to pull yourself up. We do that same thing, but on our forearms. Now engage your core. And then we go again. Dip the chest down. Exhale. Separate the shoulder blades. 4 more. Inhale, chest down. Exhale, push. 3 more. Chest down. Really moving through the scapula and push. The last one. And push. Now you can stay here or walk the knees back to your half plank. And we go again, down and push. The arms are about shoulder width distance. You don't want the elbows to splay out, nor do you want the hands to splay out. You're in one really nice straight line. And we'll go for 3, 2, last one. Now you can stay here or your full plank. And remember, we really want this nice straight line. Your shoulders on top of your elbows in line with your wrists, and your wrists in line with your fingertips, I guess. No wonky wrists. Okay, here we go. 5, lift, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, last 1. Now lower the knees. This time, instead of pushing back into child's pose, we're going to stay up in puppy pose. We're going to keep the hips stacked on top of the knees, walk the hands forward, and then melt the chest down. Actually, we're going to try to melt the forehead down. Don't think chest down, think forehead down. And then again, come up on the fingertips, and then wrap the outside edges of the armpits down towards the ground. 4 breaths, engage the core, tuck the tailbone under you. 3, 2, 1 more. 1. And walk yourself all the way back up to seated. Whew. All right. Now your fingertips are going to tap onto your shoulder heads. We're going to do some really big elbow circles, nice and slow, going 1 way. 2 more. And then 5 really slow, big circles going the other way. 4 and 5. Okay, shake it out. Okay, so we're going to take our right hand, place it behind you with the back of the hand facing. So we'll do this again. Take your hand out to the side, rotate thumb down, and then bend the elbow, back of hand to low back. Okay. Left hand interlaces right hand and then pulls it forward, okay? And then you're gonna pull the left shoulder back and also pull the right shoulder back. Okay, now we're gonna drop the left ear to the left hand side. And from here, we're gonna jut the jaw forward or tilt the whole head forward and then come back through neutral. So chin forward, ear down, back through neutral. Chin forward, ear down, back through neutral. Remember to keep pulling the right shoulder head back. Chin forward, ear down, back through neutral. We're going to do about 5 more. Keep pulling the right shoulder head back. About 3 more. 2. Last 1. Stay here and just take a few nods, slow nods of the head, going 1 way. And then maybe shaking your head no a few times. And coming back through center, interlace the hands towards the back of the head, go nice and slow, go easy on your right shoulder. And then just lean over to the left, lean over to the right, going back and forth a few times, keeping the head really nice and stable. Then we go do the other side. So left hand onto the side, rotate the thumb down, scoop the hand behind the low back, my words today, back of hand towards low back. Right hand grabs onto the left fingertips, okay? And now we do that same motion again, chin forward, right ear, right shoulder, and then back center. Chin forward, right ear, right shoulder, and then back. And then keep going. Keep remembering to pin the left shoulder head back. About halfway. Go on your own terms too, really nice and slow. You don't want to rush it. This is your neck and your shoulders we're talking about. So you want to go really nice and easy. Really important to keep pulling the left shoulder head back. Keep rolling it inwards as well. There's a slight internal rotation. Last one. Then stay here. Keep rolling the shoulder head in. I don't think I emphasized that enough on the other side, but the shoulder head should really be rolling in and pulling back. And then you nod the head yes a few times. And then no a few times. And release the hands, shake out the shoulders. And then keep the right leg in, but extend the left leg long. The hips are nice and square. The left toe is pulling back towards the face. Reach the arms up overhead, big stretch, and then exhale to fold. Keep the hips level. The breath is really nice and calm and slow. About 4 more. Keeping the entire spine nice and long. Maybe you allow the chin to tuck towards the chest and curl in. Last one. Now inhale to come all the way back up. And then we just switch sides. Right leg forward, sole of the left foot towards the inner thigh. Arms reach up overhead. And then exhale to fold, about 5 breaths. You have the choice to have a nice flat back or a nice rounded back. Both offer really great benefits, and just make sure that whatever you choose, you're choosing intentionally. About 4 more breaths. Two. Last one. Inhale, nice slow roll up. Now coming back onto the mat, feet hip width distance apart, a super slow roll back onto your spine. Nice and slow, taking your time. Think of this as your last core engagement. And when you get there, no rush. Gather the knees in towards the chest and make a few side to side rocking motions. No elbows nice and, or arms nice and wide like a T. Just drop the legs over to the right and we're gonna look over the left shoulder. Now when you're here, you're gonna think about pressing the outer arms of both your arms, but especially the left one, into the ground, especially the left shoulder. You're gonna think about looking over the left shoulder. Maybe you can find your left fingertips. A very slight engagement to the core. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then pull the knees back through center. Inhale. And then exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Look over the right shoulder and really pin the outside of the right arm into the ground. Don't forget about the right shoulder. Arms are stretching long and away from each other. Getting even the neck involved. Trying to spot those right fingertips. About 2 more breaths. Then inhale the legs all the way back through center. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. Then when you feel ready, making your way into a final resting shape, tucking the shoulder blades under you. falling into your normal pattern of breathing. Nice deep belly breaths. Trying to center your mind, just give yourself a few more breaths, resetting the nervous system, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest. I definitely encourage you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you feel comfortable. And whenever you're ready to get up, starting off with small movements, then making those movements bigger and bigger. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel a little bit more stable in your upper body, maybe a little bit more open. I think it's definitely normal to feel sore, but if you feel pain, maybe that's a sign to scale it back a bit. But you'll get there, you'll get strong, and you'll feel stable. And thank you so much for joining me.